Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong. Good morning, little disciples. So glad to see you this morning. We're in for a treat for the next few weeks. We're going to be joining Pastor Harry for songs and stories from the porch. Not all of them will be from the porch, but this greeting for you is to hear a song, hear a story, talk with your folks, and just to tell you how much we are thinking of you and how much we miss you and how much we love you and how much Jesus loves you. So enjoy the stories by Miss Mary Lynn Ross, and then we're going to be teaching you some songs following her story that you can play along. So, see you in a little bit, because he loves you and we do too. See you.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today? Oh, I have a wonderful book to share with you. I want to tell you a little bit about this book. But first of all, you know that I'm Mrs. Ross, and you can call me Nanny. And also, when I finish this story, you can listen to Dr. Workman and his music. This little session is called Stories and Music from the Pastor's Back Porch. But I want to tell you a little bit about this book. This book is called The Little Engine That Could. When my children were growing up, my son is now 53, my daughter's 52. This was my son's favorite book when he was a little boy, The Little Engine That Could. And he'd say, "Mama, read that one to me again. Read it to me again." And I would. I'd try to read it to him as many times as he wanted me to. Boys and girls, I think you will really enjoy this book. It's called The Little Engine That Could. Oh, the pictures in it are just beautiful. So I'm going to take time to let you see the pictures very well on this story, okay? The Little Engine That Could. Everybody loves trains, don't they? Okay, here we go. Chug, 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 chug. Poke, 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 poke. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. The little train rumbled over the tracks. She was a happy little train. For she had such a jolly load to carry. Her cars were filled full of good things for boys and girls. There were toy animals, giraffes with long necks, teddy bears with almost no necks at all, and even a baby elephant. Oh, and then you see them right here on this page. You see them going over a hill, and they're on a bridge, and under the bridge is a lake or a pond. And if you'll look closely, you'll see a fisherman sitting right here. He's fishing, and if you look even closer, you'll see that he's caught a fish, and he laid it down right here beside him. But he's looking up at the little train, the engine, and all the animals and things that were on the train. And then there were also dolls with blue eyes and yellow curls, and dolls with brown eyes and brown heads, and the funniest little toy clown you ever saw. And there were cars full of toy engines, airplanes, tops, jackknives. I want you to look closely at all the things on this page that were in that train. Airplanes, tops, jackknives, picture puzzles, books, and every kind of thing that boys or girls could want. I see an ABC book and a story book. I even see an instrument, a musical instrument. Looks like a saxophone, I believe. Oh, my goodness. And that was not all. Some of the cars were even filled with all sorts of good things for boys and girls to eat. Big golden oranges, red-cheeked apples, bottles of creamy milk for their breakfast, and fresh spinach for their dinners, peppermint drops, and lollipops for after-meal treats. And let me just tell you, just in case you're not familiar with that word, lollipop. A lollipop is the same thing as a sucker. We all, I think, now call them suckers probably. The little train was carrying all these wonderful things to the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain. She puffed along merrily, and then all of a sudden she stopped. She stopped with a jerk. She couldn't go another inch. She tried and she tried, but her wheels wouldn't turn. And then all the little animals and the little children and the clown were looking. What's happened? What's happened? Why did the little train, the little engine stop? What were all those good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain going to do without the wonderful toys to play with and all that good food to eat? But then the funny little clown jumped out of the train and said, "Wait, here comes a shiny new engine. Let's ask him to help us." So all the dolls and the toys cried out together. Oh, they look sad, and then all of a sudden they're looking happy because they see a new engine coming. "Please, please, shiny new engine, won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine is broken down, and the boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." And here they are on these 2 pages. They're just begging to please, please help them. But the shiny new engine snorted. "Huh! I pull you? I am a passenger engine. I have just carried a fine big train over the mountain with more cars than you ever dreamed of. My train had sleeping cars with comfortable beds, a dining car where waiters bring whatever hungry people want to eat, and a place where people can sit in soft armchairs and look out the big plate glass windows. I pull the likes of you? Indeed not." And when he said he was a passenger engine, that meant that he just carried people. He wouldn't carry other things. Oh, I know they're so sad and they're so disappointed. You can tell by looking at their faces. They're so sad he's not going to help them. And he steamed to the roundhouse where engines live when they're not busy. That's where they all go and stay until they have to go on a trip. How sad the little train and all the dolls and toys felt. And then the little clown called out, "The passenger engine is not the only one in the world. Here's another engine coming, a great big strong one. Let's ask him to help us." And he does look like a big strong engine. Maybe he'll help. And they're all gathered around to ask him. The little toy clown waved his flag, and the big strong engine came to a stop. "Please, please, please, big engine," cried all the dolls and toys together. "Won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine is broken down, and the good little boys and girls won't have any way to get their toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But the strong engine yelled out, "I am a freight engine. I have just pulled a big train loaded with big machines over the mountain. These machines print books and newspapers for grown-ups to read. I am a very important engine indeed. I won't pull the likes of you." Now, a freight engine doesn't take passengers, doesn't take people. It takes things. Like he said, he had carried big machines and that sort of thing. So, as you can tell, they again just as sad. They're so sad. There's another one that turned them down and said no, he wouldn't. And then he puffed off to the roundhouse. The little train and all the dolls and toys were so sad. But you know what the little clown said? He said, cheer up, cheer up. The freight engine is not the only one in the world. Here comes another. He looks very old and tired, but our train is so little, perhaps he can help us. And here you see the clown. He's waving to stop him. And here you see the others, the bears, the elephant, and the children, and the toys. They are so excited. Maybe this one will help them out. And the little toy clown waved his flag, and this train was a dingy. That means dirty. He was dingy, and he was rusty, and he was old, but he stopped. The dolls and the toys together said, please, please, kind engine, won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine is broken down, and the little boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with, good food to eat, unless you help us. But the rusty old engine sighed and said, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I must rest on my weary wheels, and weary means he's so tired. I can't pull even so little a train as yours over the mountain. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. And off he rumbled to the roundhouse, chugging. I just cannot. I cannot do it. And then the little train was very, very sad, and the dolls and the toys, they were ready to cry, and they almost did cry. And the little clown called out, wait a minute, here's another engine coming. It's a little blue engine. It's a very little one. Maybe she will help us. Now remember, they've tried all these other engines, and nobody would help them. So the very little engine came, chug, chug, chugging, chug, chug, chugging, chug, chug, chugging along. And when she saw the toy clown's flag, she stopped quickly. What's the matter, my friends? She asked kindly. All the dolls and toys cried out, oh, little blue engine, will you please pull us over the mountain? Our engine is broken down, and the good boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us. And see, the engine stopped, and they're all running to stop to tell them to please, please help them. And if you'll look, there's even a monkey. Even a monkey jumped up on top of the little blue engine. Let's see what he says. Please, please help us, little blue engine. I'm not very big, said the little blue engine. They use me only for switching trains in the yard at the roundhouse. I've never been over the mountain. But we must get over the mountain before the children wake up, said all the dolls and toys. And if you'll look closely at this picture, you'll see it's still nighttime. But if you'll look right back over here, you see that the sun is coming out, and it won't be long before the children do wake up. The very little engine looked up, and he saw the tears in the doll's eyes. And she thought of the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain who wouldn't have any toys to play with and wouldn't have any good food unless she helped out. And then she said, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And she hitched herself to the little train. And if you'll look at all the little toys and animals and things, they jumped in with her, and they're smiling. They're so happy she thinks she can. She tugged and pulled and pulled and tugged. And slowly, slowly, they started off. And if you'll look closely, you'll see the clown has jumped on top of the little blue engine. He doesn't want to get left behind. The toy clown jumped aboard, and all the dolls and the toy animals began to smile and cheer. Puff, puff, puff. Chug, chug, chug. Puff, puff, puff. Chug, chug, chug. Puff, puff, puff. Chug, chug, chug. Went the little blue engine. I think I can. 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 And up, up, up. Faster and faster and faster the little engine climbed until at last they reached the top of the mountain. Oh, down in the valley lay the city. Hooray, hooray, cried the funny little clown and all the dolls and toys. The good little boys and girls in the city will be happy because you helped us, kind little blue engine. And the little blue engine smiled and seemed to say as she puffed steadily down the mountain. And on this page you see her going back down the mountain. I thought I could, 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 I thought I could. And she did. Oh, how wonderful. They finally got some help, didn't they? Wasn't that a wonderful story? And next week, we'll have some more another good story for you, okay?
Good morning, young disciples. Good to see y'all again this morning for Pastor's Song and Stories from the Porch. I hope you enjoyed your story this morning with Miss Mary Lynn. We've got a song for you this morning that I know that most of you should know. And we have a new helper today. Natalie Horn's going to be helping with the signs and emotions for the songs today and for next week. So thank you very much, Natalie, for being here. B3, you ready to go again?
I am.
Did you want to teach Natalie how to tune up this morning? Remember how to tune up?
Sure.
All right, show her how to tune up. Get all our young friends to tune up for the morning.
This is what you're supposed to do.
All right, we're going to start with a song, Deep and Wide. You ready, compadres?
We are.
Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. Now we're going to mix it up a little bit. Wide and deep, there's a fountain flowing wide and deep. Wide and deep, there's a fountain flowing wide and deep. I think we need to create a new verse.
You think so?
I do. Short and steep.
Okay. We could try that.
How would you do short, B3?
Like this.
Okay? And how would you do steep?
How do we do Steve?
I don't know.
I think if you bend your knees, you're short. And you stand up, you're steep. And there's a fountain flowing deep and wide.
Let's try that.
Let's try that this morning. All right, you ready? Short and steep, there's a fountain flowing short and steep. Short and steep, there's a fountain flowing short and steep. All right, practice that with your parents, and we'll see you again next week.